loves, welcome to my channel Sunlove Stars. Welcome to today's pick a card reading. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia. Hi. And we're gonna look at your future spouse today, or today's pick a card reading is basically about what your future spouse is currently going through. What is your future spouse feeling right now? What is going on in their life? Okay, where are they at? Okay, where are they at? What are they doing, basically? So we're basically snooping around a little bit, looking what is going on in their life, okay? As well as we're going to look at their late night thoughts, meaning when they lay in bed or when they dream of being in a relationship, what kind of fantasies do they have? Because if they lay in bed having late night thoughts, imagining themselves being married or being with the love of their life, they're basically dreaming about you in essence, which they don't know yet, but they're dreaming about you because you're the person that they will end up being with. Okay, so we're going to look at their fantasies or their late night thoughts when they're laying in bed, or when they're like just imagining how it would be to be married, or how it would be to be with the love of their life. What are their thoughts? Okay, so what are their fantasies when it comes to you? So we're going to look at your future spouse's fantasies in the extended. Okay, so on YouTube we're going to look at what is going on in their life, how are they feeling, what is happening in their life, and then in the extended on Patreon we're going to look at their late night thoughts or their fantasies about you or about being in a relationship. What are their thoughts? Okay, the link to the extended is down in the description box in case somebody's interested. But without further ado, in the next clip you can choose between 3 images, either 3 images, 3 crystals, or a number. You can also choose a number generator on Google and ask your spirit guides to help you pick the right number, and then watch your pick a card reading. Another thing, I'm gonna say it in every pile because I always see comments like that, and I just want to make clear that when what I describe about your future spouse sounds like you, the reason is because your future spouse is probably going to be very, very similar to you, okay? They have the same energy. You know the quote that says, birds of a feather flock together. Like birds that have the same feathers flock together. This is basically the same thing with your future spouse. If you are, you know, like a rebel in society, your future spouse might also have tendencies to rebel against society, okay? This is very, very normal, and some people reflect each other more than other people. So when you watch pick a card readings and your future spouse sounds exactly like you, this means that your future spouse is really going to be like a twin, like you're looking into a mirror, okay? Which is beautiful. This just means that they're gonna be the masculine or the feminine version of you, and you guys have the same destiny, the same mission. I'm gonna say it in every pile because I already can see the comments. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3 described me. The reason is because your future spouse is gonna be like you, just the male or female version of you, okay? So without rambling, without further ado, I'm going to see in your reading, guys, and we're going to look at what's going on in your future spouse's life, what's going on with them, what are they currently going through. And then in the extended on Patreon, we're going to look at their late night thoughts, okay? Or what are their fantasies when they lay in bed and think about love or think about you in essence, okay? So I'm going to see in your reading, guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number one. So you chose this beautiful image here. Now I can actually show you what the card says. Okay, so this is the image that you've chosen, or you've chosen this crystal here, the white one. And the card says the same destiny. I want to give a little disclaimer. If the description of your future spouse sounds just like you, it means that you are looking into a mirror when you're looking at your future spouse, okay? That means that they're the masculine or the feminine version of you. It doesn't mean that I'm actually describing you. I'm describing their soul, which is kind of similar to your soul, okay? Just to let you guys know. Now, pile number one, let's begin your reading. I'm gonna channel the energy first, and then we're gonna look at the cards together. So we're basically gonna look at what is going on in your future spouse's life, okay? What's going on in your future spouse's life? What are they feeling? What are they thinking? You know, what are they doing right now in this very moment? I'm also going to extend this reading just to give you a heads up. The link for the extended is in the description box below on my Patreon. Your future spouse feels very weird right now in this very moment. They feel like... Oh, that's interesting. I'm hearing they feel like wow, interesting. We went deep very fast. I'm hearing reality is fake, or I'm being brought to the Truman Show. Do you guys know the Truman Show with Jim Carrey? The universe is bringing me to that movie where everything is so perfect that it almost seems fake. There's something about reality is fake, and I'm also being brought to the quote by, I think it's John Lennon. I hope that was the right name. I think John Lennon, where he says, the more you wake up, the more you realize that reality is fake and dreams are for real. So your future spouse, what they're currently going through right now is kind of like a Truman Show situation. In case you guys don't know about the movie Truman, or like the Truman Show, this is basically Jim Carrey living in a world that is picture perfect. Everything is perfect. Every house is perfect. Every yard is perfect. Everything is perfect. But it is fake, like it is staged. The people that he lives with or his neighbors are actors. Nothing is real. Everything is staged. Like, it's a very weird movie. Because it looks like it is reality, but it's kind of like everything is staged. And this is why I'm saying that your future spouse feels very, very weird right now, okay? They feel like the like reality is fake, or like that the world that we live in is fucking fake, basically. Like, I'm seeing your future spouse walking through the streets and they're listening to conversations. Your future spouse is really like, how can I describe that energy? They're basically having like a spiritual awakening, or like an ego death, or they're just, you know, walking around in the streets, and then they're looking, you know, at people and their conversations, and they're looking at these people. Like, just imagine your future spouse, you know, walking through the streets, and he or she is looking at the people and hearing the conversations, and they're realizing like everybody's pretending to be happy when they're not, or everybody's pretending to be somebody that they're not, or I'm being brought to like that all these advertisements, like your future spouse feels like they're waking up. They're basically waking up. You guys know, if you already had your spiritual awakening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to say your future spouse has a spiritual awakening right now, where they're walking through the streets. And yeah, I'm also hearing, once your eyes are open, you can never go back to sleep. You know how a lot of people in society, they are kind of asleep. They don't realize that, you know, dreams are... like, you can manifest your dreams. They go by the book, they go to school, they go to work, to the 9 to 5 and stuff like that. And even if you have a 9 to 5, I'm not, you know, saying anything against it, but these are like the kind of people that don't realize that there's like a spirit realm, that spirit guides are real, that, moon cycles really affect you, that, there's a hidden agenda in advertisement, that the food industry is a little bit questionable because they promote unhealthy food instead of healthy food, that, meditation is nothing talked about, although it's so beneficial. Like, your future spouse has all these thoughts in their head right now, like, even feeling this energy of like, why do they sell alcohol if it gets people addicted? Like all these, like the future spouse really has like a lot of thoughts right now where they feel like society is really, I'm also hearing it is, wow, okay, listen, your future spouse is really going through something here, okay? They probably had like a spiritual awakening. They probably go through a psychic download right now, or like their spirit guides are really coming through, okay? They start to dive into spirituality, but I'm picking up the energy. There's this quote that says, it's no measure of health to be it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. So your future spouse feels like they're living in a sick society, or they feel very, very awkward in the town that they live in, when, like the things that used to make them happy don't make them happy anymore. Like when they used to love to drink on the weekend, nothing wrong with drinking, I'm just describing the energy. When they used to go out to drink, they don't find satisfaction anymore in that. It's almost like they don't find satisfaction anymore in looking at boobs, or they don't find satisfaction anymore in having one night stands. They don't find satisfaction anymore in looking at booties, or they don't find satisfaction anymore in like flashing, being flashy and stuff like that. Your future spouse is really like, I'm hearing they're stripped naked, as if somebody, oh wow, it's almost this energy of like your future spouse is really like stripped naked, okay? They're having like a naked truth moment in this very moment, okay? Where they realize like, I cannot walk around only being confident because I have a nice watch. What kind of confidence is that? Okay. They could also be questioning like, I'm also being brought to somebody who's like on Tinder, and they really like to, how can I say that? They really like to boost their ego and stuff. Like your future spouse really has like a strong ego death energy right now. And I actually want to say, I'm picking up what your future spouse is currently going through is like a detox, okay? I almost want to say the universe is helping your future spouse to become like it almost feels like a purification. I'm also being brought to, I'm being brought to the song Bitch Don't Care My Vibe by Kendrick Lamar, where somebody is being baptized or like put into the water, okay? Like when you dunk a person's head into the water to purify them. This is what they're currently going through right now, okay? This purification happens in their soul. There's something going on here. I'm going to show you the cards now, okay? Before I show you the cards, I wanted to say I'm picking up the energy that your future spouse is being cleansed before they can come into your life. I'm hearing that you are like a very pure soul, a very pure energy. And since your future spouse is gonna match your energy, and when your energies match, that's when you also meet each other physically. It's the reason like they're getting purified, okay? Because I'm being brought to like a man or a woman. Give me a second, guys. Oh, that was good. Wow. Water is so good sometimes. I'm being brought to, or the universe is showing me that your future spouse is also, their type is changing, okay? So when they used to be into men that are flashy, or women that look good, or I don't know, it doesn't matter, but I'm being brought to like superficial things. Like let's say they're into like big lips, or they're into like a small waist or something like that. Or they're into, a man that, wears very big jewelry and stuff like that. Their type is changing basically, or their desires are changing. So your future spouse is starting to crave a woman or a man like you. It's more spiritually based, more like, I'm looking for a man or for a woman that makes me feel like I am alive, that has like a deeper meaning, or where I can have deeper talks with that person, or I want to, it's kind of like the all these thoughts that they currently have in this very moment about what they think about reality and how we're set up to fail, or how the school is not teaching us to be self-aware and stuff like that. They want to have these conversations with you, but it's not easy to find people to have these conversations with. So they're very, very deeply in their thoughts right now, and they're basically starting to crave a woman or a man like you, like their soul is starting, because I'm picking up your future spouse was asleep for a very long time, and they're basically awake now. And I'm also seeing like a heart. Oh my god, it's very interesting that all these visuals that I'm getting, I'm seeing that your future spouse, just imagine a heart, and imagine an eye inside of the heart, and the eye is shut. So the heart, like they didn't know what they were looking at. Your future spouse felt very, very lost. They didn't know what they're looking for, but they're coming to the realization what they're looking for. And if you're asking me, what are they looking for? They're looking for a man or a woman like you. This is what they're currently craving, okay? But let me show you the card. So we have the Malika of Cups. Okay. We also have here the Hermit. Okay, I'm picking up that your future spouse is spending a lot of time alone or by themselves because they really need it. Like, I'm picking up that your future spouse, their friends are like, the friends of your future spouse are asking them, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out to drink? But they really don't want to. They're very, very deeply in the energy of like, oh my God, I've been living a lie. I'm also hearing, I'm hearing the song Bumblebee by Night Lavelle, and I'm hearing your future spouse's thoughts. I'm hearing, since a kid I have been searching for the truth, or I've been searching for the truth of me, like who am I, like what's going on, why don't I feel fulfilled although I have all these credentials, all that jewelry, all that like attention from women or whatever. Like, why doesn't make it, like why it doesn't make me happy? Like, they're asking themselves what is actually making them happy, okay? And they feel like they've been sold a lie, like somebody who's like craving the, I'm also being brought to like I'm hearing American Oxygen by Rihanna, the song American Oxygen, chasing this American dream. This is what listen, it's a lot going on with your future spouse right now. So the song American Oxygen talks about like the good side, about the American dream, but also about the bad side. So it's kind of like your future spouse feels like they've been sold a lie, like they've been taught in school to do this, to do that, or their family told them to take this profession, or to be academically like really, really good, and then they're gonna be happy, and they feel like they've been lied to since they were a child, or they feel like they've been lied to, or they feel like society is lying, or the TV, the news are lying. It's all bullshit. There's a lot coming through here. It's kind of like I've been sold a dream that is not even real. I'm also being brought to the movie Don't Worry Darling, okay? And I haven't watched the movie. I actually want to watch it. If you guys watch it, let me know down in the comments if you actually liked it. But from what I've seen from the trailer, it was about like, again, like this perfect life. I'm being brought to movies where they show like a perfect life, the perfect wife, the perfect husband, the white picket fence, Hollywood and stuff like that. But in actuality, like I'm seeing the scene where the lady is cracking the egg, and the egg is like empty promises, or like this emptiness that nobody can like explain. Okay, they're also, your future spouse is really over small talk. They want to talk about, hey, are you actually fulfilled with your life? Like, do you really feel in your heart that you are fulfilled? Like, they want to ask these questions, you know. They want to hear, like, I'm also hearing they want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear people pretending, yeah, I'm fine. They want to hear the truth. They want to hear the ugly truth. They're really going through it, okay? We also have here the 7 of Swords, as well as the 10 of Cups. Okay, your future spouse feels like, why are people pretending that this is okay, or that there's nothing wrong with society when there's so much wrong with society? Like, they're thinking about like conspiracy theories, how, you know, the food industry is connected to the health industry, and like, you know, all kinds of things. They basically feel like they've been sold a lie, or they've been sold like a dream that is not even real. Kind of like, achieve everything that you want and you're gonna be happy, and then they end up achieving everything that they want and they're still not happy. Okay, I'm picking up that your future spouse is praying a lot recently. I'm seeing that your future spouse is asking God a lot of questions. They're probably sitting on their bed or walking, and they're actually talking to God right now. Okay, if your future spouse is talking to the universe, they're talking to God. Okay, I'm picking up that they're starting to be open to spirituality. I'm actually picking up that your future spouse here, your spirit guides are here. I'm picking up that your future spouse didn't understand why people talk about spirituality, or why people talk about destiny and fate, and why people talk about, like, because I'm actually being brought to, like, your future spouse has heard people talk about how reality is fake, or, you know, like, again, like the energy of like John Lennon. I'm also being brought to like interviews from Tupac, where Tupac is saying, why are there people that have 3 houses when there's you know, people that don't even have 1 house? Like, why do we have like jackpots of $17 million when there's somebody who doesn't even have anything to eat? Okay, I'm hearing the song by Tupac, staring through my rear view. Like, your future spouse has the energy of like Tupac, John Lennon, all these people that question what is going on with society. They actually, like, they feel like it's all bullshit. Okay, like, your future spouse has the energy of like, they want to talk about the bullshit. They want to talk about the ugly stuff, you know, like those interviews, you know, by Tupac, where he talks about like, why do we have money for wars but we cannot feed the poor? Also John Lennon talked a lot about, you know, how society is set up and it's all fake. And okay, so this is the energy that your future spouse is currently going through. And again, I feel like they found their way back to God, or they found their way, that they actually find happiness in praying, that they actually find happiness in, you know, talking to like a higher force, or meditation, or I don't know, like, I'm being brought to somebody who finds happiness in knowing that they do something meaningful with their life. Okay, this is like, if your spouse is currently in that energy where they feel like they want to do something, like, what does it mean to be like a hero? What does it mean to be a man, you know, or like a man of God or a woman of God? What does it mean? Like, what do I have to do in order to heal my soul, my heart, my spirit? I'm picking up that your future spouse might also spend a lot of time with their mom right now, or there's something about your future spouse's mom has a lot of wisdom, and they talk a lot either to like a grandma or a mom. This grandma or mom can be departed, like they're talking to their departed loved one, but they could also be talking to, like, I'm being brought to, like, they have like a sister or a mom or a grandmother that is very, very wise or very, very spiritual, and they spend a lot more time with their mom, again, their mom, their sister, or their grandmother, talking about life. Yeah, I'm also being brought to the song by Drake, I love me enough for the both of us. That's why you trust me. I know you've been through more than most of us. So what are you What are you so afraid of? Darling, you give, but you cannot take love. Okay, and I'm specifically being brought to like how Drake is talking about how he has conversations with his dad. Noah wants to be 70 and alone. It's kind of like when you go out with your mom, your grandmother, or you spend more time with your mom, your grandmother, and it feels way better than partying, you know, or the wisdom that your grandmother or your mom is, you know, like giving you feels so good. It feels like you're connected to God when you talk to your mom or your grandmother. They have like a very spiritual either grandmother, mother, or sister that they're currently talking to a lot. I'm also being brought to like somebody who picks up the Bible again, or somebody who starts praying again. I'm being brought to Eat, Pray, Love, where she's falling on her knees praying that she doesn't know what she's looking for, but again, picture perfect life. She's married, she has a good job, but she feels like something is wrong. This is what your future spouse is currently going through here, okay? You give, but you cannot take love. And from the energy that I pick up here, I'm picking up that your future spouse is really, they have like a lot of downloads right now, okay? Your future spouse's spirit guides are really coming through at this point in time. Let's see what's going on with pile number one's future spouse. What is up with them? We're also having the card The Same Destiny. This is the card or the image that you've chosen. Okay, I'm being brought to like somebody who... This always reminds me of Moana. I know I talk about this movie a lot, but it reminds me of it. Where, yeah, I'm also hearing like something about breaking traditions, or they don't want to do things the way their parents did them. Because Moana wanted to, you know, travel across the ocean, but nobody has ever done that, or it was tradition to stay on the island and not, you know, like travel across the ocean. I'm picking up that your future spouse really feels like there must be more to life, or this cannot be everything. Like you having your four walls and going to work, this cannot be everything. There must be something else. There must be something like, I don't know, I want to live for something, or I want to bring a message across, or like, I don't know, like what does it mean to be here? Why am I here? All these questions, they have all these questions right now. And I want to say that you and your future spouse, you will have the same destiny, okay? There's something about you and your future spouse, you will have the same destiny. And this is the reason why they're currently going through all of that, for them to figure out what their destiny is. And I'm picking up the energy as soon as your future spouse knows what their destiny is. This is the time when you guys will be meeting, okay? Or where you figure out what your destiny or your purpose is, basically. Once you guys figure out what your destiny is or what you stand for, is when you guys will be meeting, okay? And even if you tell me I already know why I'm here on planet Earth, that means that your future spouse is currently waking up here, okay? To why they are on planet Earth, or what kind of legacy, like why they're here, like what kind of reputation they want to have. They don't want to have this squeaky clean reputation of, oh yeah, academically very well, and you know, everything, responsibilities are taken care of. Like, I'm hearing, what the fuck is that? So they're like, they want to do something more meaningful, or they, I don't know, like they're craving something more. Their soul is really craving, like, I don't know, to travel and see the other side of the world, and like how people live. And I don't know, it's a very beautiful energy though, what I'm picking up here. It's very, very beautiful. Let's see, what is pile number one's future spouse going through right now? Three of Wands. They're contemplating, they're in deep thoughts right now. But the funny thing is, there's so much in their thoughts right now, to the point where their spirit guides are coming through. Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely have like a spiritual awakening right now with the Tower. Everything is crashing down, like everything that they believed in, okay? You know, I'm being brought to like somebody, goal was it to have this nice watch that costs 500 euros. And now they're asking themselves, what a stupid goal is that? Okay, not that there's nothing wrong, but just your future spouse, their personality, they feel like, okay, it's nice to buy that, but I feel happy for 2 seconds and then I feel empty again. Why is that? Okay. Let's see what's going on with them. What is going on with pile number 1's future spouse right now? I'm seeing your future spouse like sitting by a body of water or like a river or something like that, and they're just looking at the reflection of the water, and then they're looking up to the sky. Oh, and then they see something in the sky. Oh, okay. Okay, so your future spouse is getting aware of, they're getting aware of spirit guides. They're getting aware of that trees are living. Like, yeah, I'm also being brought to like somebody who realizes, man, like water is alive. Trees are alive, you know. Maybe what people meant in the Bible when they talked about God, maybe they meant the sun or the moon is God, the sun is God. Like, they're very... Or like somebody who sits in a cubicle and they're asking themselves, is this really how I want to spend the rest of my life? Okay. And it's so funny, I'm laughing because I've been at these moments, I had them so freaking often. They're like these moments of like, what the fuck is actually going on? Like when you stop being on autopilot, you know? Like instead of rushing to the underground or to the bus to get to work, you're starting to walk slowly and you're looking around and you're like, I've never noticed that beautiful tree. Do you know why I never noticed that beautiful tree? Because I'm always under pressure to be at work as fast as possible. So I wouldn't be surprised if your future spouse would go through a career change, if they would start to relocate. Like there's a lot going on in their life right now, like emotionally, okay? Let's see. What is going on in pile number 1's future spouse's life? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, they might be looking for a new job. We also have the crown chakra here. Okay, so what is happening spiritually? There's a lot happening in your future spouse's life. What they're currently going through is like their crown chakra is opening, their mind is opening to a different world, to the spirit realm basically. I'm hearing they're becoming a king or like a queen, and when I say that, this is just like somebody who becomes emotionally very mature, or somebody who really knows who they are. Okay, what's going on with them right now is like they are figuring out who the person is when they look into the mirror, but they're starting to become like, I don't know, like a king or like a queen, like somebody who walks upon earth with a mission, who walks upon earth with like a big heart, or who walks upon earth with like a strong belief system, or like a strong opinion, like a strong mission. Okay, what's going on in your future spouse's life? What's up with them? Look at that. Do you know another thing that I'm picking up here? Your future spouse was also probably somebody who I don't need a man, I don't need a woman, I don't need love, you know, like I want to take care of my finances, I want to manifest all kinds of things in my life. And now they're realizing, well, what do you do with a nice apartment when, I mean, it's nice, you know, but wouldn't it be beautiful to be sitting, laying next to the love of your life? They're realizing that they want to fall in love, or they want to find their reflection. I'm hearing a song by Justin Timberlake, Mirror. I'm hearing, aren't you something to admire, 'cause you're shining just something like a mirror or something like that. I don't know the lyrics. But with the Lovers card here, they feel like they're looking for true love, or they're starting to believe in true love again, because I feel like if your spouse did not believe in love anymore, or they felt like it's unnecessary. Like being in a relationship is unnecessary, or it's like, I'm also hearing like being married is, you know, like overrated, or like that's not important and stuff like that. And now they're realizing, I think I said that I don't want to be married, but I think I do want to be married. I do want to fall in love. I do want to travel the world with another woman, another man. Okay, I'm hearing they've been independent for a long time, but now they're realizing that they don't want to. Oh, we talked about Drake, right? About the song, I don't even know what it is called, but where in the song Drake says, nobody wants to be 70 and alone. This is the energy that they're currently going through. So they're also in deep thought about you, what it would be like to be with you or to meet somebody like you. Okay. Let's see what's going on with your future spouse. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So I'm picking up the energy. Your future spouse either might be currently transitioning in their career. For some of you guys, your future spouse is on a journey to self-employment or doing something on their own, being a freelancer or like a self-employed artist, a self-employed something, opening up their own little store, okay? For others of you, let me see, why is the King of Pentacles here? Or they're realizing that's what they want to do, like they want to do something on their own that has meaning instead of sitting in a cubicle. For others of you, your future spouse is well off financially. So for some of you guys, they're currently on a journey to find financial freedom. May that be in a company, or may that be as a businessman, a businesswoman. And for others of you, they already achieved that, which means they're financially very well off, but they feel like it's all bullshit. Okay, this is somebody who, this feels like to me, yeah, and it's kind of like they're mad because they feel like they've been chasing all these things like a car and money and gold jewelry and stuff like that. They've been chasing all of that, and now that they have everything, it doesn't mean shit. Like I've been lied to. Like I thought this would make me happy, but we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, but what really makes me happy, I just want to be with somebody that is like my best friend, or I want to fall in love with my best friend, you know, like when they meet you, or I want to share my riches with another person. What am I going to do with all this money? Or like it doesn't, like, because again, it's like all these energies from your future spouse, like I'm hearing their thoughts. It's kind of like, this doesn't make me happy, but what makes me happy is gifting things to other people. Like they're realizing that they're happier to give away their money than to have it, or they're realizing that they've been greedy and they don't want to be greedy anymore. It's kind of like you know this this Christmas story about this grumpy old man, and he's visited by 3 ghosts or 3 spirits. That's what it feels like. Not that your future spouse was like a bad person in the past. They were just maybe a little bit more selfish, or a little bit more focused on self, or a little bit more focused on materialistic things. But right now they feel like it's all bullshit. And if anything, yeah, I'm also hearing like the song Cloud. Like your future spouse really doesn't like this energy of like everybody wants to become famous, okay? They don't like that bullshit. They feel like this doesn't, you know, it's not important. Or I'm also being brought to like the lyrics in Kendrick Lamar, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Look inside of my soul and you can find gold and maybe get rich. Look inside of your soul and you can find out it never existed. Something like that. Or there's also another lyrics that says, I know you are afraid to look into the mirror. or you are afraid to feel your feelings. Your future spouse is really feeling the feelings, looking into the mirror, looking at the mistakes that they've made, looking at how selfish they've been in the past, looking at how they pushed people away when they realize that they actually want to be with the love of their life. Like all these thoughts right now, they're really looking into the mirror, really looking very closely at who they are, okay? And now I'm being brought to like an interview by 𝘸𝑚 again, where he says, you know, like a lot of people ask me how I can rap and act, and it feels like your future spouse is multi-talented. They have like a lot of talents, and they might even get a lot of recognition from people, and it used to make them happy, but now it doesn't make them happy anymore. Like, what am I supposed to do with another person's validation? It doesn't make me happy. Like, they really have a very strong ego death right now. But in the interview, 𝘸𝑚 said, everybody's asking me how I can act and rap and, you know, do all these things. The reason is that every time I come home, I can look into the mirror and I can still see myself. I can still feel my heart. I can still feel my soul when I look into the mirror. This is what your future spouse is currently going through right now. Okay, and as you can tell, there's a lot of energy coming through. So, and my crown chakra is really like lit, because now I'm being brought to like Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Okay, they are really just craving to be with you. They're realizing that they want to be with a soul like you, that they want to wake up next to a soul, next to a person like you, that they want to share their riches. Let's see, why is the King of Pentacles here? They could also be on a health journey. Yeah, your future spouse accomplished a lot. Okay, they're either currently in the process where they accomplish a lot when it comes to their career. For some of you guys, they're going to open up a business now that they have this awakening. Your future spouse is opening up a business because they had an awakening. They're changing their job, and whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna be freaking wealthy, or the finances are gonna look amazing. This is like a restaurant that is gonna go very, very well, a store, an online business that is gonna bring a lot of financial stability to your future spouse, and then also it would trickle down to you, okay? They're either on a journey or they already accomplished it, okay? For some of you guys, they are currently on that journey. For others of you, they're already accomplished it, okay? There's something going on with their job right now, their work. They're making really, really good money. The King of Pentacles, they can afford a pretty, like, yeah, absolutely. Look at that. We have the Chariot and the Six of Pentacles. Your future spouse has a lot of money on their bank account, or a lot of funds, a lot of riches. They live above average. They live very well, very, very well. Even if they're not wealthy or like rich, they live above average. Like they can go on vacation whenever they want to. They can buy like something new. Like they can easily buy something like tomorrow that it costs $500, 500 euros, $1,000, 1,000 euros. But again, it doesn't, like, there's something, they still feel broken, and now they're asking themselves, why do I feel broken? Yeah, and now they're spending a lot more time with their family or somebody in their life that is very, very wise, okay? And they're realizing that what they're looking for is love, or like, I'm hearing nothing matters if I cannot share it with the love of my life, okay? So in this world, they're very much established, okay? Their bank account looks amazing. They're doing freaking well, but why does it feel so wrong, okay? That's what they're currently going through. Okay, my beautiful pile number one, that was a beautiful reading. I'm going to extend this reading now on Patreon. We're going to look at what are their fantasies when they lay awake at night, when they think, because we already see that they do think a lot about marriage, they think a lot about having their own family, they think a lot about you, you know, where can I find somebody like pile number one? What would it be like if I shared everything that I've accomplished? Is there like a woman or a man that will understand what my soul is made out of? All these questions they're currently having. So we're going to look at what kind of fantasies do they have, okay, when they think about you. The link is down in the description box in case you guys want to watch it. If not, I'm going to see you in my next one. I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. So you chose this beautiful image here. Now you can see what the card says. It says stability and freedom, or you chose this crystal here, which always reminds me of a vajayjay, to be honest with you. You know, like a sweet, the sweet middle of a woman. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to channel the energy first, and then we're going to look at what is going on in your future spouse's life. What are they thinking? What are they going through? What is happening in their life? Also, a little disclaimer, if you feel like the description of your future spouse sounds like you, it is because you're looking into a mirror, and your future spouse is most likely going to be either the masculine or the feminine version of you. You guys are made from the same cloth, okay? Which is the reason why your future spouse's description sounds like you. Another thing that I want to say is this reading is going to have an extended. We're going to look at their late night thoughts when they fantasize about being in love and being with the love of their life and being in a relationship, being married. They're basically fantasizing about you, right? Because they're going to end up with you. So what are they thinking? This is what we're going to look at in the extended. The link is down in the description box for everybody who is interested in that. But let's hop into your reading, okay? Let's see. I want to tell you something, guys. If you chose the pile, it doesn't matter if you chose the pile or not, but this is specifically for the people that chose the pile where I talked about hidden information about, or what you should know about your future spouse. I think it was the last episode. And in one pile, I talked about how their future spouse had like a wet dream of them, or already had a vision of you, okay? Or that their future spouse already had a vision of a woman like you, or a man like you, or already knows what your energy feels like, something like that. If you chose that pile, this is definitely your pile, okay? So what I'm picking up here is what your future spouse is currently going through. So they're going through a little bit of like how can I say that? There's something going on. I'm being brought to like movie scenes where they're usually horror movie scenes, but this is not what I'm picking up here at all. It's more so like the energy of like, did the light flicker? Or why is the light flickering? You know, like walking into the kitchen, like the light is flickering, and you're like, why is the light flickering? Or in the corner of your eye, you see like a glimpse of light. Or there's white feathers everywhere you go, or you find coins everywhere you go. Your future spouse is, how can I describe that energy? It feels like what your future spouse is currently going through is this energy of like, I think something is around me. I feel like there's a spirit around me. There's something weird going on. They have very vivid dreams recently. Very vivid, like, I don't know, they feel like something is weird. They feel like they're not alone, okay? Your future spouse feels like they're not alone. I'm being brought to like somebody who's in the shower and they hear like noises, and then they look out of the shower and there's nobody. Or yeah, I'm also, whoa, okay, I'm also seeing like your future spouse being in bed, and they hear, you know, like that situation where you feel like somebody called your name. This is what your future spouse currently goes through. Like they randomly hear people call their name, they're turning around and there's nobody. I'm also being brought to like, they're laying in bed and they're dozing off to sleep. Right before they fall asleep, they hear your voice. Okay, so if you have been trying to communicate to your future spouse, if you have been trying to visualize your future spouse, if you have been praying and talking to your future spouse, or writing stuff down, like writing a love letter to your future spouse, they definitely received the energy, okay? Because I'm being brought to like somebody who wakes up in the morning and they had like a very intense wet dream about you, or they heard your voice in the dream, or they felt your energy, or they saw a woman that looked like you, or they felt your energy in the dream. Even if the person in the dream doesn't look like you, or not 100% because they don't know what you look like, the person has the same energy or the same voice like you. Okay, so what they're currently going through is like a lot of like psychic things. Okay, they have visions. There's this energy of like, yeah, their psychic abilities are becoming stronger currently. Okay, they're waking up in the middle of the night because they had a dream of you, or they hear a voice, or they have a voice in their head and it's not their voice, it's your voice. Or they hear like a word, or they have like a dream. Let's say they might even have a dream where your name is mentioned. Okay, like I'm hearing the name Karina. Okay, so, and they're like, I don't know anybody whose name is Karina, so why have I been, you know, like dreaming of a lady's name like Karina or a Ben. Okay, you know, I've heard the word Ben like twice now this week in a dream, and I don't know anybody whose name is Ben. This is what it feels like. Okay, if your spouse is really going through it, like they feel like I'm seeing them taking a shower and they feel like they're going crazy. They know that they're not going crazy, but they feel like there's something going on, and it's actually something that they don't talk to other people about. This is like they're looking around and they feel like they're not alone. They feel like they're being watched. Okay, if your spouse feels like they're being watched, they feel the energy of like a mysterious lady or a mysterious man in their dreams, which is you. Okay, I'm also picking up, and it's interesting because the card that came out for you is two people being in bed, right? So there's something about wet dreams, romantic dreams, hearing your name, although nobody said your name. They feel like there's a presence around them. They feel like there's like a spirit around them. Or they feel like their psychic abilities are becoming stronger, or they're starting to have visions. Like right before they doze off to sleep, all of a sudden, like, whoa, okay, I actually feel like they got visions. Because to me, I get visions here and there, but not often. But I actually remember, wow, that's so intense. I actually remember one time, this was way back, even before I started my YouTube channel. I was laying in bed, I was dozing off. It was kind of like a nap situation, and I was dozing off to sleep, and right before I went to sleep, I had a very clear picture of a woman in her face, but it was like outlined in white. And I was like, what the fuck was that? That never happened to me. I wasn't meditating, I was just taking a nap or dozing off to sleep, and then I had this vision. So I feel like if you just recently had like a vision, or they recently had like something weird happening to them, which was like a psychic download, when they were like falling asleep or waking up in the morning. And I actually want to say they either heard your name, they know what you smell like, they know what you look like, or I don't know, they know what your energy feels like because of something that has happened, their third eye. Okay, because again, I was dozing off, and then I saw like, I got like a huge vision of this lady's face, and I was like, I don't know who this lady is. And then 2 hours later, I came across a music video, and in the music video was exactly the face that I saw. This is what it feels like here. Okay, let me show you the cards now, or give me a moment. I want to drink a little bit of my smoothie here. Sorry guys, I will cut this out. Guys, do you know also what I'm seeing here is, you know, in those movies where somebody has like a really beautiful dream and then their alarm clock is waking them up, and I'm seeing somebody like, you know, like throwing their alarm clock into the corner and then taking their blanket and going back to sleep because they want the dream to continue, but they're already awake. This is what it feels like. They definitely had like a beautiful dream of you, of your energy, your voice, your eyes. It doesn't even have to be like they know exactly what you look like, but maybe they know your eye color, they saw your eyes, or maybe they felt like your lips, they kissed your lips, or they were smelling your perfume, or they heard your voice, something like that. They saw something, they got a glimpse of who you are and your energy and your soul, okay? And they're contemplating about what the fuck this is, like, what this is, like somebody who's contemplating, like, am I psychic? Because I feel like there's something there. They might also even be thinking about, should they go to like a fortune teller, should they go to a tarot reader, should they look into astrology, or like dream meaning. They're exploring all of that, like, what does this dream mean? They might have also went to a psychic or a tarot reader before, or they might be thinking about it, or they might actually question themselves if they have psychic abilities because of all the things that recently happened to them, okay? We have here the Two of Staves, okay? Oh, okay, here you can see it, the Two of Staves. That's interesting. We also have here the Moon. I freaking love this Moon card. It's so simple, but I freaking love it, okay? They're also very affected by the moon cycles. Your future spouse is currently very affected by the moon cycles. Like, I'm hearing they're going nuts, or they're going insane around like full moon season. And when I say like nuts or insane, it feels like that's when their psychic abilities are at their all-time high, or I don't know, they recently have more prophetic dreams than usual, or they see stuff that happens in the future, and it's very intense currently, to the point where they are questioning themselves if they are like a psychic, or if they should go to a psychic, or if they should talk to somebody about the things that are happening to them, okay? We also have the High Priestess here. And this is the energy that I pick up here, like this whole contemplation, like being in the shower, taking a bath and contemplating about what the fuck just happened, about the vision that you just had, about the dream that you had, or they feel like something is going on. They cannot put their finger on it, but they can feel like they're not alone, or something is going on here. We also have here the Seven of Wands. We also have here the Seven of Wands. Okay. Let's get a few more cards here. I'm also picking up the energy and the Chariot. Your future spouse is currently contemplating where they want to live, or where they want to settle down. Okay, they're thinking about where they want to live, if they want to live where they're currently at, if they want to relocate. They're thinking about it. Like, let me be honest, I'm picking up the energy of somebody who tries to continue to live their normal life, but they cannot brush under the rug what just happened. So there definitely, there was something going, there was something, like, you see, I cannot even speak, I'm stuttering. So I'm picking up like something psychic happened to them, okay, where they tried to continue their life, but they cannot forget what happened. They cannot forget about how accurate their dream was. They cannot forget about what this fortune teller told them. They cannot forget about the dream that they had of you. They're definitely in the psychic realm right now. Your future spouse is in the psychic realm. On top of that, they're thinking about like where they want to move, or where they want to settle. Okay, let's see, what is pile number 2's future spouse going through right now? Yeah, because it says stability and freedom. So I'm picking up the energy that your future spouse has the freedom to choose where they want to live, because maybe what they're doing is like a digital nomad, or they can work from everywhere, or they're open to change their career if it means that they can live in a different country. They're basically thinking about where they want to settle down, where they want to, you know, have their house, buy their property, buy their land. Okay. Let's see. What is pile number 2's future spouse going through right now? But they're definitely like thinking, like right before they go to bed, they are very psychic, or they have prophetic visions, or they have like, they cannot forget the dream that they had of you, or they cannot forget like the voice that they heard in their dreams, or they cannot forget the name that was mentioned in that dream. Okay, for some of you guys, they actually went to a psychic, or they actually tried to find out what the dream meaning is, or they went to a fortune teller. Okay, and they already know a little bit of information about you. Okay, for some of you guys. Let's see. Ace of Cups. Oh, this came out like boom. Listen, we have the Ace of Cups here. Pile number 2. Let me tell you, they're asking themselves when they're gonna meet you. So for me, this feels like they already know about you, or they already know that they're gonna meet you because they had a dream of you. Okay, or they got like a tarot reading about you, or their horoscope told them, like, horoscope for Aquarius 2022, you will meet the love of your life. And I'm picking up the energy like they're usually not the type of person to believe in that, or they're taking that information with a grain of salt, but based upon like the psychic energy, it might even be that a friend of theirs, like, you know, your future spouse has a friend, and this friend comes to your future spouse like, man, I had a dream of you that you were married, you know. And yeah, I also talked about how the future spouse in the other reading, which is connected to this reading, is very superstitious. So your future spouse is very superstitious. They believe in like, or it might even be something like very known in culture. Okay, coffee cup reading, for example. There is a lot of like cultures that coffee cup reading is very, very normal, right? Where going to a fortune teller, a seer, is very, very normal, or everybody knows about it, even if nobody talks about that. But I'm picking up like a friend of your future spouse came to your future spouse like, I had a dream that you married, and you know, your invitation said 2022, for example. And then they're contemplating about like, okay, so my friend was, or like even two friends were dreaming about your future spouse getting married. And they're thinking about it, they're superstitious, like, okay, so there were two dreams, both of my best friends were dreaming of me getting married, so does that mean that I finally meet the love of my life this year? And they're contemplating, okay, when will I meet pile number 2? When will I meet this mysterious lady that I saw in my dreams? This is what it feels like here. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. They're thinking about when they will meet you, or when will this dream, it feels like a prophetic dream. I really want to say, like, if you're supposed to, either somebody in your future spouse's surroundings, it might even be their mother. Okay, let's say their mother is very, very connected, or their mother has like psychic abilities, even if she doesn't practice it. And then the mother of your future spouse comes to your future spouse like, listen, my child, I had a dream of you that you got married to this very beautiful lady, this very beautiful man, and there was like, and they talk about it. Okay, there's something going on here, something about like a prophetic dream. Either your future spouse had a prophetic dream, they either had like a vision while dozing off to sleep, or maybe somebody in their surroundings, and they're thinking about when will it happen, or was this dream true, or something about like, something about when is it going to happen. I keep feeling this energy of like, when is it going to happen, or because they know something. The high priestess knows more than meets the eye. They know something about you, or they know something about your union. They know something about that you guys are supposed to meet at a specific, let's say they even had like a date. Like they had their first date, like they had a prophetic dream about them having a first date. And this first date was with you. And they remember that it was on a Tuesday in spring, because that's how the dream was. So they're thinking, is it really true that I'm gonna meet this lady in springtime? And I wanna say, for a lot of you guys, your future spouse had a prophetic energy, like they saw something and it's gonna play out exactly as they thought. This is what I'm picking up here, okay? Even if they haven't been psychic all their life, this connection actually makes them psychic, or gives them psychic abilities, or somebody in their surroundings has psychic abilities and already saw you or your energy, okay? Let's see, what is going on with your future spouse? What up? Look at that. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, they cannot wait to meet you. Okay, with the Nine of Pentacles. They're actually they're impatient is what I'm picking up here. Absolutely, they're impatient. So they're basically, they're not waiting for you, but they're like waiting for this prophecy to become real, to be honest with you. Or they're waiting for a prophecy, a tarot reading, an astrology, horoscope, something. They're waiting for, again, they're not necessarily waiting. They just want to see if what they saw in their dreams is true, or if what another person saw in their dreams is true, because they do believe in prophecies. They believe in that dreams have a meaning. They believe in omens, they believe in signs, okay? Let's see what's going on with them. Give me a moment, guys. This is a very cool, how do you say that, storyline here. I really enjoy it right now. What's going on with pile number 2's future spouse? What is pile number 2's future spouse doing right now? They're also a little bit more into self-care, okay? So they might be going to spas a little bit more often, taking or getting a massage a little bit more often. I don't know, I keep feeling like with the moon and the ace of cups, and I swear to God, the high priestess knows stuff they're not supposed to know. And why do they know it? Because they have psychic abilities, or somebody has psychic abilities and prophesied something here. I'm hearing, like, listen, pile number 2, they're thinking about who you are, or if you are real, or if they're thinking about, I'm also hearing the signs have been piling up. I'm picking up the energy with the 7 of Wands. This is kind of like confirmation after confirmation after confirmation, or there's something about multiple people dreaming about your future spouse being married or having a child, or they get like very weird, like weird dreams, or they had multiple dreams now, and I'm hearing it all started this year is what I'm hearing. It all started this year. Like, since this year, something weird has been happening with prophetic dreams and with seeing you, or seeing somebody that looks like you, or I don't know, like looking for, I don't know. It's very, and again, I keep saying, I don't know. It feels like this is the energy of your future spouse. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't. Let's see. Where is pile number 2's future spouse going? Look at that. We have the Lovers here and the Ace of Cups again. I cannot make this up. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. They're getting impatient. So they already know that something is supposed to happen in their love life. They already know that your future spouse knows about it. I don't know what this, or who the source is, or what the source is, why they know about it, but they know about it. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups here twice. The Ace of Cups is the one, true love. So they're contemplating, does true love exist? Does the one exist? And why did I see all these things in my dreams? Okay. Do you exist? Pile number 2. Let's see. I mean, you do, but this is what they're thinking to themselves right now. What is going on with them? 3 of Swords. Their heart is longing to have their own family right now. I'm also picking up the energy they might be reading in the Bible a little bit more often than usual, or they might have the urge to go back to church or to pray again, or I felt the energy is the same with pile number 1, but here it's a little bit different. Okay, I'm picking up the energy that they're fantasizing about having their own family here. Or they finally want to have their look, I cannot make this up. Your future spouse is fed up with being single. I'm gonna be blunt with you, okay? They feel like they've been single for a long time. They feel like they've really focused on themselves. They really feel like they've done like the duty. They don't wanna wait anymore. So they're definitely waiting to meet you. They're impatient. Okay. Let me get one more. Where's the Chariot here? Where's the Chariot here? Yeah, they're thinking about where they want to settle down, okay, where they want to live. They could also be thinking about like where you live, or if they will meet you where they live, or if they will meet you when they travel. So they're definitely thinking about you a lot here. there's some, look at that, the 10 of Pentacles. We talked about it. And then, listen, the Page of Swords is also somebody who's stalking or snooping around. The Page of Swords also knows things that they're not supposed to know because they're snooping around. What does snooping around mean? Getting a tarot reading about your love life. That's snooping around. Isn't it? That's like being sneaky and figuring things out about the future. So I don't know what is going on. I'm being brought to like Charlotte in Sex and the City, where she went to a fortune teller to ask if she will ever get married. This is what it feels like. Okay, Page of Swords. And look at the bottom. I cannot make this up. I'm gonna leave the table. Oh my god, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. Hold on. Look at that. And here we have the tarot lady. Do you see that here? I cannot make this up. What the fuck do they know? They know something. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Two of Swords. Look at that. Is this... Was the did the psychic say the truth or not? Was my dream real or not? Does the dream that my friend had of me getting married, does it mean something, or am I just superstitious? That's what they're thinking right now. They're all up in their head. They're thinking about that. So something must have occurred very recently in their life that was somehow connected to psychic energy here. Okay. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm hearing this can go two ways. Either the tarot reader or the tarot lady was like told the truth, or she did not. Either my dream is really a prophetic dream or it is not. So they're basically waiting to figure out if what they saw or what the information that they got, if it is real or not. Because it has something to do with meeting you or something along those lines, okay? One more. Yeah. They're curious if psychics really have the ability to see in the future, and if this psychic energy may it be their own or other people, if the prophecy becomes real, is what I'm hearing. This is what they're contemplating about right now, besides where they want to live. But there's also again this energy of like, should I travel or should I stay, or will I meet pie number 2 when I travel or when I stay in this? Basically said, what your future spouse is currently going through right now is this can go two ways. Is the prophecy real? Was the tarot reading real? Was this astrology prediction, was it real? Is this all real, that people can look into the future, or what people saw about my future, about my love life? Is it real? Is it really gonna happen? This is the energy that I pick up here, okay? Because they definitely know something that they're not supposed to know, or it's hidden information that they have about you or about your union or about meeting you, okay? If you send any type of energy to your future spouse, they received it. They received it most definitely. I'm also picking up there might be a little bit of family sorrow in your future spouse's life right now. Okay, such as like somebody maybe, you know, like is going through health issues in their family, or maybe somebody recently crossed over. But there's a lot of spiritual energy that I pick up here. It's similar to pie number 1, yet it's completely different, because pie number 1's energy was about like awakening to all that. But this right here feels like more psychic, hidden information, prophecy, future, like reoccurring dreams, feeling like there's a spirit around you, weird coincidences and synchronicities and stuff like that, okay? With the 3 of Cups, they might have talked about that to their friends. Or I'm hearing they're spending a lot of time with their friends, because in actuality, like, your future spouse's heart is hurting. I don't know why. Again, this could be because of like family problems at home. So they're going out to distract themselves with their friends is what I'm picking up here. Let's see. I cannot make this up. I'm gonna stop the reading here. I'm not, but I remember like one of my favorite, who was that? There was like a tarot reader. Every time the reading was good, he said, oh yeah, sell, eat, read, love. He always said like, okay, let's stop here. The reading is good. I don't want to butcher it because then, you know, like bad cards would come out. We have the Two of Cups. They're waiting to meet you. I'm gonna be upfront. I don't know what they know, but they know something. I don't know what to tell you here. Look at that. Guys, give me a moment. I actually want to put this, I don't think it will make a difference, but hey ho, here we go. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, here you can see something a little bit better. I'm the green lady from a different planet. Two of Cups. They're waiting for you, or they're waiting to meet you. They're waiting to meet a woman, a man like you. They're waiting. They're doing their own thing. It's not like they're sitting at home waiting. They're still living and stuff like that, but they're waiting. So I don't know what's going on here. Let me get one more. What is going on in pile number 2's future spouse's life? King of Wands. They're getting ready for you. I'm not gonna lie, with the King of Wands, to me this feels like your future spouse feels like they could meet you at any minute or any point in time, so they always want to look good. I don't know what the fuck is. We have the King and the Queen of Wands. The King and the Queen of Wands. Oh my god, no, stop. Pile number 2, I can't with this reading. Like, you know, it's a little bit like bonkers to figure out that the other person also knows stuff. I mean, you also know stuff about your future spouse, but that also means that your future spouse also knows stuff about you before they even met you. You see, the way you watch my tarot reading, your future spouse is also doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. They're following some type of divination, even if they have not been looking for it. All of a sudden, their grandma came to them and said, I had a dream that you married this lady. She da-da-da-da-da-da. Her name was da-da-da-da-da. And then your future spouse sits there like, was my grandma like, is my grandma psychic? And can't you see into the future and I'm meeting this lady? Listen. And the interesting thing is we have the Seven of Wands here, right? You can see like there's a lot of people. It looks like, for me, this always looks like a parade or like a demonstration. Funny thing is we have the King and the Queen of Wands. They are the King of Wands, you are the Queen of Wands, or the other way around, okay? But the Seven of Wands was clarified by the Queen of Wands, which means in the crowd, they're looking for their Queen of Wands. Okay, so I'm picking up the energy that your future spouse might be going out a lot more because they're trying to find you. So they're trying to find you. They're trying to find you. I don't know. They know something. What do they know? They're trying to find you. Okay. Let's see. Where's the Queen of Wands here? We have the Four of Wands. They're trying to find their match. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if your future spouse is going to be active on like dating apps, or they will be going out a lot more because they're looking for you basically. Your future spouse is looking for you. They're actively looking for you because they know something about you. Or they know that you are coming, or that you exist, or they, I don't know, they have a feeling that they're gonna get married next year, which means they would have to meet or find you first. Or like they went, when they were younger, there was this prophecy that they're gonna meet their love of their life when they turn 27. Or this could also be something with culture, that they went to a coffee cup reading. Let's say like your future spouse has like a sister who's into psychic stuff, and then your future spouse's sister went to a coffee cup reader, and your future spouse felt like, you know what, I want to do that too. I don't believe in it, but I want to do it too. And then they go there, and what this coffee cup reader tells them is like bonkers, and they start to believe in psychic things. And then they also start to believe in like prophecies about love and marriage and stuff like that. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Okay, let me get one more. What is going on with pile number 2's life? In pile number 2's future spouse's life? Oh, listen. No. I'm gonna stop the reading here. I can't. No. Look at that. We have the moon again. No. And you guys know. In the moonlight, you find out stuff that you don't see during daytime. The fuck is going on here? They're getting downloads, or there's like something about they're either getting readings or they're watching readings, or they think about something that has been predicted to them. They might be reading horoscopes. They might be getting a lot of dreams. They have like a lot of dreams recently, and those dreams are about like marriage, about love, about meeting the one, about this mysterious lady, this mysterious man, which turns out to be you. Nope, I'm out of here. We have the Tower. They had like a vision or something. I can't. Like something spooky happened here in a good way. Like spooky in like in a way of like, oh, spooky, psychic, okay? The Tower and the 8 of Wands. What they're currently going through right now is like something about their psychic abilities are awakening, or they're into psychic stuff. They're into like, I don't know, occultism. What's going on in their life? No. Didn't I just say they are into occultism or in psychic stuff? Which card came out? The 10 of Pentacles. Now in this case you can see the 10 of Pentacles shows a lady that has a tarot card in their hands. They're waiting for a prophecy to become true. Ace of... Yeah. No. I'm gonna leave this reading here. I can't. This is so synchronistic. Like every card that comes... Like, I can't. Look at that. The Ace of Swords. And I just said... they're waiting for this prophecy to become true. Which card represents truth? The Ace of Swords. This also... The Ace of Swords also talks about like the truth, the vision. Okay, what is underneath? Yeah, absolutely. No. There's something going on. Your future spouse is dabbling their feet, or like, do you say dabbling? They're dabbling their feet into psychic. It either happened very naturally, or somebody around them is psychic, or they somehow stumbled upon like a tarot reading. At some point, or like they came into contact with somebody who's like who can see into the future for whatever reason. There's something going on here. But their psychic abilities are becoming stronger right now. So what is your future spouse going through? A lot. But the most interesting thing is something about a prophecy or prophetic dreams, or about their own psychic abilities becoming stronger. And they're noticing that their psychic abilities are becoming stronger. They're waiting to meet you, or they're looking for you because they know something about you. And they're thinking about where they will find you, but they're also thinking about like settling down. So they do want to live in a different country. They probably want to relocate or live somewhere else, but it almost feels like they want to make the decision when they know where you are. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like they're trying to make a decision, but they can't because they don't know where you are. So I don't I don't even know what the fuck. This almost, it all, like, if I look at this, or if I feel the feelings that I'm feeling here, it feels like you guys are already like married or connected. I mean, you are, but this right here feels very weird, okay? Because you already know a lot of stuff about your future spouse, right? But they also know stuff about you. So you both are nosy. You both know stuff you're not supposed to know. Okay, my beautiful pile number 2. I'm going to extend this reading on Patreon now. The link is down in the description box. We're going to look at, since they already know about you or know about your union, or I don't know, let's figure out what their fantasies are about you, or what do they fantasize about. What the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm very like, ooh, okay. we're going to look at their late night thoughts, since they probably have a lot. We're going to look at their late night thoughts when they think of you or when they fantasize about you or this mysterious lady, this mysterious man that they saw in their dreams, okay? So if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. If not, I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pie number 3. How are you guys doing? Okay, so you chose this beautiful image here. Now I can also show you what it says, okay? And it says, when you don't see you, I see you. And we can, excuse me, hold on, maybe I can do it like that. Is that gonna work? I don't even know. Yeah, I think it's working a little bit. And there's like a full moon here, okay? All right, is that okay? Think so. Okay, let's see. Or you chose this crystal here. Okay, let's find out what is going on in the life of your future spouse. I'm hearing hanging, how do you say that? Keeping up with the Kardashians. I don't know where the fuck I just heard. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Okay. It makes sense why I heard that. I'm gonna channel the energy first. We're gonna look at what is going on in your future spouse's life. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What's going on in their life? Okay. This reading is also gonna have an extended, which the link is for that. The link is down in the description box, where we are going to look at their late night thoughts when they lay in bed and fantasize about being in a relationship, being married, being with the love of their life, which is technically you. What are they fantasizing about? Okay, so if you're interested in that, their late night thoughts, their fantasies about you, the link is down in the description box. But let's start with your reading here. Okay, let me see. So what I'm picking up here with your future spouses, what your future spouse is currently going through is, I feel like my life is like a movie. So your future spouse feels like their life is like a movie right now, because there's a lot of like dreams manifesting in your future spouse's life. They could be, when it comes to social media, this could be somebody who recently went viral, or somebody who has like a lot of success, okay? So your future spouse, what is going on in their life right now, their biggest and wildest dreams are currently coming true. May that be social media, may that be like, you know, manifesting $10,000, 10,000 euros, may that be manifesting, becoming like, I don't know, like, their wildest dreams are currently coming true. When it comes to your future spouse, their wildest dreams are currently coming true. Things that they thought were impossible are now possible. They're making the impossible possible. Okay, I'm picking up that somebody is climbing up the corporate ladder. If they opened up a business, the business is going great. The business is booming. If they are in a company, they just got a promotion, or they start to work with very famous people, because we talked about keeping up with the Kardashians. So for some of you guys, your future spouse actually really went viral, or is somehow has some popularity right now, or their business is booming, or they just got a promotion. Whatever it is, they're really shining and thriving. Your future spouse is shining and thriving. Okay, your future spouse is really on top of the world. They have a lot of attention, a lot of eyes on them. People are asking them, how did you do it? How did you manifest that? You're like, I'm also hearing their life is turning around from one day to another. There's something going on here. Okay, your future spouse is really like, yo, they have a lot to celebrate. Okay, their prayers have been answered. They just feel like, I'm hearing, when you wish upon a star. Okay, they feel like their life is currently like a fairy tale. Their life feels like a dream. Their life feels like a movie. Their life feels like, I wished upon a star and now my dream is real. This is what I'm picking up here, okay? I'm going to show you the cards. Now we have the Six of Staffs, which is all about public recognition. So whatever they're doing, there's definitely a lot of eyes on them. May that be in their family, like announcing something to their family, their brothers and sisters, their friends, and everybody's like, whoa, you know, talk about your new job, talk about your business, talk about your social media. Everybody's looking up to your future spouse right now. They're really in their prime, not gonna lie. Seven of Cups here. Okay, We also have here the 9 of Wands. Yeah, I'm hearing rags to riches, okay? Or started from the bottom, now we are here. So your future spouse is no longer at the bottom, they're here. Okay, Queen of Wands. They're having their shit together. Everything is going as they wanted it to go. There's a little plot twist though. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. We also have the Star card here. Okay. So let's get a few more cards. What's going on in your future spouse's life? Yep. That's the plot twist. It's interesting because it's collectively, every pile, there was this energy of like, yeah, I have this, but where's my love? Where's my woman? Where's my man? I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I'm picking up the energy that your future spouse, this is like this very weird energy of like, my dreams are coming true and now I don't even know if that's what I really want. They're asking themselves if everything that they've accomplished, if this is really what they wanted, or if this is really what fulfills them, okay? They're like in this dilemma right now where they're manifesting everything, and I'm being brought to like, I'm also being brought to like somebody who got a lot of gifts, okay? Yeah, it feels like an energy where, okay, let me describe it like that, okay? It's not going to be exactly like that, but I'm describing the energy. It's not going to be exactly for everyone that is watching that your future spouse is going through that, but I'm picking up like somebody who gets showered with gifts on their birthday, and they always wanted like a big party on their birthday and getting showered with gifts and stuff like that, and that one day is all about them, and then the next day they're sitting in front of this huge pile of gifts, and then they're realizing, I wanted this for so long, but now it doesn't feel right. So now they're asking themselves like, I've been working so hard to be at this point since 5 years. Now I am on top, now my dream manifested, but it doesn't, like I thought I would be happier, or I thought it would be better. Not that it is bad, but I thought it would make me happier. You see, I talked about it. There's a plot twist. Let's see. What are they going through right now? The Fool card. There's an energy of like, there's a new feeling in their soul and in their spirit that is emerging. I'm being brought to like, listen. Pile number 3, I've recently seen, you know, like how people can put a poll on their community post, and I've seen it twice now. Where people were asking, what would you rather choose, $1 million or meeting your soulmate? Okay, I'm going to replace soulmate with the man, the woman of your dreams, your life partner, the man, the woman you're destined to marry, your future spouse, okay? Not just soulmate, because soulmate can mean, oh, we're going to talk for 3 years and then we're drifting apart. No, I'm talking about the real deal, okay? If I would exchange the word soulmate for future spouse, true love, divine masculine, divine feminine, the man, the woman you're destined to have a relationship with, a marriage, a house, property, land, whatever. And I was asking myself that question. I'm not gonna say what I clicked on. You guys probably can, you know, tell by the way that I talk, but this is what it feels like. It's kind of like this, what would I choose, $1 million, or would I choose to meet the love of my life? And this is what they're currently, that's the energy that I pick up here. They feel like they won $1 million with this dream manifesting. Okay, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into that in a second. But they almost feel like they're ungrateful. They feel like, I've been asking God, the universe, to bring this to me, and now I'm not even happy about it. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and I'm also being brought to like the Disney movie Princess and the Frog, right? Where the princess, she always wanted to have her own restaurant, just like her dad, and she was like working every day to get this freaking restaurant, to finally open up this restaurant. She didn't care about love, didn't care about going out. And this is what I'm picking up with your future spouse here. They have been working their butt off to get to where they are in this very moment. And in the movie, maybe you guys want to watch Princess and the Frog, because that's the energy that I pick up here with you guys. Yeah, your spirit guides are here for somebody. You're supposed to watch that movie. And in that movie, there was like a curse, right? Which shape-shifted the princess and the prince into frogs. And they went to like a wise old lady, you know, like a seer in the forest, like these two frogs, like the princess and the prince. When they were frogs, they were like in a jungle, and then they went to like, I don't know what kind of animal she was, but she was like the wise woman with sage and stuff like that, and looking into the future, kind of like a tarot reader. And then there was this question of, how can I even describe that energy? So this wise old lady tried to make the princess and the prince, because they didn't like each other in the beginning. But this wise old lady tried to make the princess and the prince realize that love is more important than money, or that love is the answer to their question, even though they think the answer to their question is something different other than love. But then like there was this energy of like the wise old lady tried to make these people, or these two frogs, realize that what they're looking for is not money, it's love. This is what I'm picking up here. It's kind of like, oh, so I thought this is supposed to make me happy, but it doesn't. And like, I don't know, they're starting to feel, yeah, I'm hearing they're starting to feel new feelings in their heart and in their soul and in their spirit. So let's see what this is about. What are they going through right now? Pile number 3's future spouse. What is going on in their life? Knight of Swords and 5 of Pentacles. Oh, okay, we have a case here of there's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. So what they're currently realizing is that being successful is not always nice and dandy and beautiful. It also has an ugly side. So I'm picking up what your future spouse is currently going through right now. Again, it's the syndrome of, oh, I want to have this success, but the success comes with a dark side, or this public recognition, this going viral, this popularity kind of like comes with a sacrifice, and that's what they're currently realizing. So I'm picking up the energy that your future spouse probably, what they're currently going through is the energy of like they can no longer trust everybody, or they got backstabbed, or that success comes with some type of drama, or comes with some type of like jealousy, that you no longer can trust people that you actually love. And maybe it was better when they didn't have all the success, because now they get attacked. Now they have to be careful who they trust. Now they cannot just, you know, like, I don't know, for some of you guys it's really like for real popularity. For others of you, there's something about now all of a sudden people backstab them, and all of a sudden people act funny around them ever since they started to become this successful, and they're currently facing like the dark side. Yeah, they're realizing that they cannot just trust anybody anymore, and it kind of hurts them. There's an aspect of like being successful is also painful. I'm also being brought to this quote that says it's lonely on top, or something like that, okay? Or they can no longer relate to the people that they actually love, because their life is you know, like turning around. I'm being brought to like people in movies who find a lot of success, and then all of a sudden they don't have much time for their friends anymore, and it doesn't feel good, or they have like a fallout with friends because there was some shady things going on behind their back. They're facing like the dark side of success, fame, and popularity, or something along those lines, okay? That's what they're currently going through. because they're very newly very successful, or very public, or in a high social status, or there's something about like yeah, we also have the public defender here. There's something about like they also have to now they get a lot more hate now, or a lot more hate comments, or there's a lot more people trying to knock them down, and they didn't think about that before they became so successful. Okay, so they're basically dealing with the dark side of success and fame and popularity and being highly successful, like maybe loneliness, or backstabbing people, or people that only want you for one thing, or coming across a lot of fake people. Okay, and they're questioning like if this is really the lifestyle that they want. Okay, let's see, what is pile number 3's future spouse going through right now? We have the Queen of Swords here. Yeah, I'm hearing when they were not so successful in their life was a little bit more simple, as well as a little bit more calm. Now there's a lot of things that they have to do, and they feel like they sometimes cannot catch a break. Okay, so they're kind of like they're reminiscing on the past is what I'm picking up here, or that not being in the public eye was not so bad. It also had like its good side, okay, or something along those lines. Or being so successful comes with a bad side, with like, I don't know, with things that they didn't know would be like a problem, like fallouts with friends, or your friends start to become greedy. Yeah, I'm also hearing something about like money changes people, or something like that, or fame changes people. They're currently asking themselves like, am I still myself, or am I changing because of that success they're trying? They don't want to lose themselves in that success. I don't know what's going on. It's this energy of like a person who becomes very successful, and then all these questions are there of like, am I still me? Am I doing the right thing? Is this morally right, what I'm doing? Okay, what's going on with them right now? They're becoming curious about spirituality here. Your future spouse is becoming curious about spirituality. They're listening to like a mentor or a guru. Like, I'm being brought to Sadhguru, I'm being brought to like Eckhart Tolle, and picking up that they're finding like a new interest when it comes to spirituality here. Okay. Or there's something that they're interested in. Let's see. Okay, listen, there's this energy of like your future spouse is scared to lose their way. Okay, they're afraid to lose their way. They're afraid to lose themselves in this fame, in this success, and their soul is open to follow like a guru, or to follow a mentor, or to, I don't know, like to learn more about something. So they're probably reading a lot right now, or they're listening to gurus a lot, or they're listening like the meaning of life. Okay, they're thinking about the meaning of life. Yeah, look at that. We talked about that they might be reading books. I'm picking up that your future spouse is reading books right now, or they're listening to podcasts. They're listening to like spiritual people that talk about the meaning of life, or why fame doesn't feel good, and like, I don't know. They're looking up to somebody right now. I'm being brought to like J. Cole. Okay, I'm being brought to the energy of J. Cole. There's beauty in there's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. And there was also this one song, what is it called, by J. Cole? Give me a moment. He's asking, isn't it called Heaven? Something, give me a moment, I'm gonna check it. As I'm picking up, if I could describe the energy of your future spouse, I'm being brought to like Kendrick Lamar, where this one song where he talked about take off the jewelry, take off the brand names, take off the ego, take off the fake smile, take off the sunglasses. Do you know that one song? I don't know what's called. I'm gonna put the link or the name of the song here. He talked about take off the designer clothes, take off like all this fake shit, and he was performing that on a runway. Do you say runway? Like, it was like a fashion show, and they asked Kendrick Lamar to perform, but the song that he performed was completely against the fashion week. Or I'm being brought to like J. Cole, who's openly talking about like being scared of like losing themselves in fame. This is what I'm picking up here. Give me a moment. There's a specific song. Okay. Yeah, I'm also being brought to James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, who talk about how fame is beautiful, but it has a dark side. I don't know what this is about, okay? This is not somebody who's becoming fake or losing themselves because of all of the success. The success for them is actually the reason why they start to think deeper about life, okay? J. Cole, I don't know what it's called. I think it's Heaven, something about like heaven. Yeah, it's called Heaven's EP. And in the song Heaven's EP, I think he's saying something like, I don't know if I'm just going crazy because of all the fame and success, or if I'm still myself or something like that. J. Cole, Heaven's EP, let me see. So the song says, with every record, I be asking the masses to tune your hearts to me. I represent intelligent men that grew up harshly, but lately I've been questioning, second guessing, whether or not I've got something to offer since I done eluded poverty, or has the money watered me down? That truth is hard for me, like the second time I got cut from the junior varsity. Fighting back tears, I promised to switch gears and said to myself, whatever you do, you won't do it partially. From this day forward, I move with a new ferocity. Ferrari coupe velocity, a fail proof of philosophy. So they're very philosophical right now. Success is the effort. So if a man tried his hardest, I'm at peace knowing God. I'm at peace knowing God ain't deal it in this group of cards for me. Some people say that I'm running third. They threw the bronze at me behind Drake and DOT or Dot. Okay. Maybe deep down I'm afraid of my luminosity. So when you see me on red carpets, I'm moving awkwardly. You see, so I don't know what's going on with your future spouse, but they're not sure if they, and it doesn't have to be a red carpet. It could be, but it doesn't have to be, but it's metaphorically speaking. So when you see me on the red carpet, I'm moving awkwardly. So they're very awkward, or it's very awkward for them to be in this new energy. Like, people look at them different now that they're successful, now that they're like a successful business owner, now that they're like manifesting so many things. They feel like people are looking at them differently. They feel awkward in this space. They're asking themselves, is this really the lifestyle that I want? Or is this really something like, I don't know, I'm hearing there's a lot of changes. And this is also asking, but lately I've been questioning, second guessing, whether or not I have something to offer. So although they're super duper successful, they're asking themselves if it is like, if it was, how can I even say that? It's like somebody who's asking themselves if they're successful because they look good, or because they have talent. So they're questioning themselves why they are so successful, or why they're so blessed, or something like that. Or has the money watered me down? So they feel like they're asking themselves if money changed them, or if fame changed them, and how they can find themselves again, okay, if that happened. But I'm also picking up that there's something about like people have betrayed or backstabbed your future spouse, and it's, yeah, absolutely, with the devil card here. Okay, what your future spouse is currently going through is how people change because of money, how people become greedy because of money, how people look at you differently once you are successful or once you make money. The same people that, yeah, I'm also hearing, like, now I'm being brought to like an interview by Tupac, where he says like, the people that backstabbed me were the closest to me, not even my enemies. Like, my enemies didn't do shit. It was like the people around me. So I'm picking up that they went through some very intense betrayal because of some type of success that they're going through right now, or that they've lost a lot of people, or a lot of people in their friend circle, and they've been asking themselves, is it because of me, or is it because of people going crazy around me because of my crazy lifestyle or something like that, okay? So your future spouse is really going through a crazy chapter in their life is what I'm picking up here. It's beautiful, but it's ugly at the same time. So it's like the beauty of being successful and being on top and achieving, like an overachiever, achieving the impossible, but it comes with like an ugly truth of losing friends, or it comes with an ugly truth of, I don't know, hate comments, people changing, greed turning people into very different people, friendships ending because of money, people wanting like to be with you only because of your money, only because of your success, something like that, okay? Let's get a few more. What is pile number 3's future spouse going through right now? Yeah, they had to cut off a lot of people because there was something toxic. Okay. What's going on in their life? I'm hearing, do anything for cloud. They do anything for cloud. Do anything for cloud. I actually like that song, although it's not my type of music. I mean, I like rap music, but old school. That one is new school with Cardi B and Offset. But let me see, I'm just tuning into the lyrics here. It says they're doing anything for clout, or I'm also hearing everybody wants to be famous, or like, I don't know, it feels like somebody who's like a singer and they sign a record deal, or they sign like a paper, like a record, and they didn't realize that they signed away their freedom, or what they signed was like, I don't know, not that they signed anything bad. I'm not picking that up at all. It doesn't feel like they signed a contract. It doesn't feel like they signed up or they signed a contract that was toxic. It just feels like, okay, I always knew that my grandma, like my auntie, is a very greedy person, but ever since I'm so successful, the way she looks at me is a little bit weird. Like, this is what I'm picking up here. There's something going on. Okay, they're currently working a lot. They're currently like, they're working a lot. They're currently collaborating with a lot of people. They're talking to a lot of people. There's a lot of people helping them, or they have a lot of clients. Their business is booming. They're working on a big project. I'm being brought to like construction work where 3 people come together and they want to build like a hotel, which is like a huge thing. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but it could go in that direction. Like, they want to like, how do you say that? They want to found something, like founder, becoming a founder. I'm being brought to like cooperation. I'm being brought to like slogan. So it feels like business energy, to be honest with you. Or like their name is very important in some type of business or some type of contract here. But they're questioning like their morals right now, or they're questioning all the changes that come with it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, your future spouse is becoming more intuitive here. They're starting to realize that there's something more than just accomplishing things on a material plane. They're starting to realize that they actually have a strong intuition, or they're starting to realize that I'm hearing they're starting to realize that the reason that they're so successful is because of like, they feel like they've been guided to that some type, if they feel like they've been guided to that success, or they could be becoming aware of, oh, I'm hearing a double-edged sword. So to me, I keep feeling this energy of like somebody who goes into Hollywood, and then they realize that Hollywood is really, really dark. It's not just shiny, but it's also dark. So they're realizing with their intuition that there's some things going on that are morally not right with the people that they work with. It's kind of like a cult energy, like you know, you're newly into fame and success, and then you talk to other people who have been in the business for a while, and then you realize that there's something weird about their soul, or something weird about, like, I don't know, this is what I'm picking up here. The Tower, yeah. They went through like some type of energy where they had like a huge fallout with a person that was close to them, or they had to let go of a lot of people because people started to attack your future spouse, or they all of a sudden had like your family members or like fake friends attacking them. So they had to, you know, like end a lot of friendships is what I'm picking up here because of their fame and success or something like that. Let me see. Yeah. They're realizing that this fame, and picking up the energy that your future spouse is realizing that there's something shady going on with not everything that glitters is gold. So they're realizing that not every person that they talk to actually has a heart or has a soul, that some of them are like soulless, or they're only driven by money, or they come across fake people, or something about like their success changed how people looked at them or their friendships, okay? And they're realizing like there's a very dark side to all this fame and glory and stuff like that. And they're trying not to lose themselves, which is the reason why they turn to spirituality, or they turn to a spiritual guru. I'm hearing they don't want to become like the people that lost themselves in success. They don't want to become cocky. Again, I'm being brought to like James Dean. I don't know what kind of quotes James Dean has, but James Dean was like success didn't make him happy. I'm also being brought to like Kurt Cobain. It's like this energy of like, I don't want to lose myself in all that bullshit, like all that fame and glide in like this glorious life, or this very glam life. I don't want to become like, I don't want to lose myself in that energy here. So I'm trying to connect to my intuition. I'm trying to connect to God. I'm trying to talk to God. I'm trying to read spiritual books so that I don't lose myself. It's almost this energy of like, I don't want to lose myself in the future. I'm going to start now, not to lose my way. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like, because the people around them, they just want to be famous, or the people around them, like the people that want to, like, all of a sudden you work like with a big corporation, or a big corporation that you did not like is coming to you asking you if you want to work with them. The check looks really good. Now the question is, do you do it morally? Like, do you say yes to that company from a moral viewpoint, although you don't like that company because of that nice money? Or do you say no and keep your moral compass? This is what your future spouse is currently going through right now, okay? Because they're celebrating some type of success, some type of huge manifestation. They accomplished something deemed impossible, or they are like an overachiever, so they achieve more than other people, but it comes with some type of sacrifice where they get attacked a lot, or friendships don't work out for them. It's lonely at the top, something like that, okay? Okay, my beautiful pile number 3, I'm going to extend this reading now on Patreon, okay? The link is down in the description box. We're going to look at what are their late night thoughts when they lay in bed and think about, oh, it would be nice to be with the love of my life. What do they think about? Like, what are their fantasies made out of, okay, when it comes to being with you? Because technically they're thinking about you when they think about the love of their life, or when they think about marriage or being in a partnership, right? Okay. The link is down in the description box if you want to check it out. If not, I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely, lovely day. Bye.